None of the parts can be broken or it won't work. That's what we're going to check to make sure none of the parts are broken so that the steering system works properly. So you can turn the truck.
Now, could you do me a favor?
What?
Can you run through that whole thing and give us the proper verbiage for all of that, the way you would say it if you was doing your pre-test?
Okay.
Pre-trip?
Okay, my steering shaft, I'm going to check to make sure I do not have more than 1 inch play. My steering U-joints are properly greased. My power steering reservoir is not cracked, broken, leaking, and properly filled. My pitman arm isn't broken, busted, cracked, and it is properly secured with a castellated nut with a cotter pin in it. My drag link isn't busted, broken, bent, and is properly secured to my upper control arm with a castellated nut with a cotter pin in it. My upper control arm isn't busted, cracked, broken, and is properly secured. My lower control arm isn't busted, broken, cracked, and it is properly secured. My tie rod, which is connected to my lower control arm, which goes over to my right tire and allows my right tire to turn in unison with my left tire, isn't cracked, broken, busted, or missing. Okay? What did I forget? Nah. No, I called the gearbox. What did I call it? What did I miss?
Gearbox. No, you didn't call the gearbox. You called the U-joint.
You did not.
Dipstick.
Power steering belt
Belt.
is hooked onto the what? Power steering pump. So, and they're not the water pump, the power steering pump. And the power steering pump is in the back. And it has a power steering belt. Don't just say belts. Okay. So my power steering pump is properly secured. It is not leaking. It is not busted. It is not cracked. My power steering belt isn't loose. It isn't frayed. It isn't rotted. I've done everything I've done with the steering. Okay? You understand that? Who's that? Mark?
Now, when we're in here calling out, do we start from top to bottom, or do we?
Engine start from the top. Okay, and start working your way down, inside out, all the way from inside all the way out to here. Your outer lug nuts, top to bottom, inside all the way out. Understand? Hoses. See, I forgot that. Power steering hoses. Make sure they're not cracked, broken, busted, frayed, leaking. Okay, that's the only one I forgot. I know that. All right. So, make sure they're green.
Yeah.
What are the 3 things we check before we start the truck up?
Oil, water,
and water.
Oil, water. That's 2. Oil, water,
Coolant.
coolant,
And tire pressure.
and tire pressure.
Coolant,
Cool.
oil, and tire pressure.
Right. Coolant, oil, tire
Those are the
pressure.
3 things you check before you start up, because if you don't, you'll get false readings. Okay? Coolant, oil, and tire pressure. And when you check the oil, don't hold the stick up, because then it'll come down the stick, and again, you'll get a false reading. Hold the stick down. Coolant, oil, tire pressure. Okay?
And when we're doing our pre-test, our pre-trip, do we check the oil? Do we actually pull the dipstick? Or just
No,
call it out?
no, call it out. You
Just call it
touch
out.
nothing. Yes, touch nothing. Call it out. But everybody understands how the steering mechanism works, right?
Yes.
You understand the mechanics of the steering, right?
Yes.
Good. Now you know why. Why do you have an upper control arm? What does that do?
Control the
Turn your left
driver's
side.
side.
Left tire. What does your lower control arm do?
Go to the
Allows for the right tire to turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. I got all the tires turned, so the components are visible. Okay. So you can get right in there and go. And remember what I said. Identify the part, call out what could be wrong with it, and move on to the next one. No storytelling. You can't sit and talk an hour about one part. No storytelling. No storytelling, man. It's not like kids are saying, "Dad, you storytelling." Right? No storytelling. Talk, identify the part, call out what could be wrong with it, and move on. Remember, there's 3 things that could be wrong with it in most instances by what it's made of.
Right.
When you identify the part and you call it out, what's it made of? Is it made of plastic or glass? Is it made of metal or is it made of rubber? It's going to be made of one of them 3.
Crack, broken, or bent.
Right. So basically you're calling out one of them 3 for every part that you're identifying.
Yeah, I got that memorized.
Now, if it can leak like a hose, I'll throw in leaking. If it could be missing like your lug nuts, all my lug nuts are present and accounted for. Okay? Like, because if it can be missing, just throw in there, and it can be missing. Belts, they break and come off all the time. Okay? So, my belt, I'm making sure it's not frayed, cracked, broken. It's not loose, and it's not missing. Okay? My lug nuts are all counted and present for. They're present and accounted for. Okay?
Yeah. Man over there, give me. Oh no, I ain't gonna do that.
Well, I got a couple of times. Yeah, that was, yeah.
I'm bringing you.
Yeah,
We'll have a cigarette. I'll be back.
All right. Only 4 trucks, or 3 trucks this month, so bring up the groups of 4. 444. Good number to play the lottery. 444, 444, man. You win twice.
Anybody win last night?
It's
Yeah, I did.
straight.
I had to
So let's break up the groups of 4.
Am I gonna do the other side? No.
Oh, you gonna do the other side?
Ask him. I don't want to stop the video.
Left side. We already done that side. We did?
No, we didn't.
All right, let's go.
Oh, yeah, you can need a truck. Yeah, these guys will get a show. They're going to watch somebody that says he's a truck driver try to back up.
Gotta do the full.
Oh, that's right. See, that's what I got you here for.
Yeah, you're right.
See that blue truck? And I said, yeah, if you get in,
You might want to stop it.
Light, leakage, and lean. And lean.
don't be videotaping nothing.
Are you gonna run through
Nah.
the?
Can't be on
trailer?
YouTube. John will lose his job.
You gonna run through the
Yeah.
trailer? You gonna run through the trailer for us too?
What? Trailer's the same thing.
Well, yeah, no.
You got brakes, you got...
Well,
You wanted it for the video.
Just for the video,
You
then.
wanted it for the video.
No videos.
No video.
Gotta have a video.
Smartphone, man, I like a truck.